Hello and welcome to another update video about ZILLIQA. So ZILLIQA is doing finally its correction. We've been waiting for it. Yeah, last video was at around 20 cents. That was the next price target that had been reached. And I said it can possibly in this move go all the way to the all-time high. Now it didn't quite reach it, but I've been warning you throughout that we were massively overbought and that after the 2nd of April you can expect a retracement or even a few days before that, and that is exactly what we saw. Typically 1 or 2 days before such an event, and we had the Miami event. Typically after that you see a retracement, and that is typically what you see in the crypto market. Not only there, generally in financial markets. Buy the rumors, sell the news. And I'm not suggesting here that ZILLIQA is now going to zero at all. Absolutely not. I think the attention that ZILLIQA got over the last few days and weeks was really healthy for ZILLIQA. And I mean, it did reach the target area down here. It was able to complete the minimum requirements for an ABC correction. All of that is very healthy, and without a doubt, what is coming up here is impulsive. So we can argue here that that ZILLIQA did a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibly, yeah. So all of that was here a 5-wave impulse. So I mean, you can count it here possibly in a way like a 1, you come down in your wave 2, then you did your wave 3, you came down in a wave 4, moving up in a wave 5, yeah, and now you start your ABC correction. Now this would have been the first impulse, so basically a wave 1. Now in a wave 2 now, that would be that ABC correction. So in a wave 2 we would expect the price to come down. Now, how far does the price in a wave 2 typically come down? It would come down to at least the 50% FIB retracement. That is at least what I'm waiting for. I mean, possibly that impulse isn't finished yet, but I think that rejection up here was quite strong. So I think even, especially as we broke that 15.5 cent, 38.2% FIB level now, I think we are coming down to the next FIB level now. That would be at 13.2 cents. And not only that, I think that is a very, very important support level because it was that wave B high, okay? So this would be the level where I will probably enter ZILLIQA. That is personally where I'm willing to buy. I'm not willing to buy yet because we are still on the daily chart. If you take a look at that, we are still on the daily RSI nearly overbought, so we're only just coming out of the overbought range. For me, still a little bit too expensive. I think most people will expect a support level here. So also short traders will probably exit positions here close to that level, maybe a little bit higher, yeah. So maybe around the 14 cent mark. That is probably where I'm going to open a position. Only a smaller one, because actually I think it's more likely that ZILLIQA is going to drop a little bit more, because typically in a wave 2 you would come down, yeah, to the 61.8% FIB level, maybe even the 78.6, and that would be either at 10.9 cents or at 7.6. I know it sounds again very, very bearish, but I also told you that after the 2nd of April you're going to get a retracement. But again, when I say that, usually you get a lot of comments, oh no, it will now go to whatever, 10x immediately, which obviously it didn't, and it never does, because there will always be retracements along the way. So this is now an opportunity for anybody who hasn't got the foot in the door. Of course, this is no recommendation to buy. You always need to do your own research. But compared to the last video when we were at 20.1 cents, I mean, you've got pretty much a 25% discount, which is fantastic and is looking really good. So that's about what ZILLIQA is doing. Certainly a lot of attention, and I think it's not done with its price action yet, but it now just needs to correct down this huge impulse that it did and this strong move above the wave B. But this is extremely good what it did, because we are still quite far away from the all-time high. I mean, the all-time high was at 25 cents, yeah, and we are only at 15 cents. So, if this here was a wave 1 and this here was a wave 2, the wave 3 should go at least to the 1.618 FIB extension, so at least 41 cents, probably higher. So this is at least what we would expect in terms of the wave 3 that I've already highlighted here. This is at least where the price should get to in a wave 3. But again, it is the minimum. Yeah, normally you would expect higher levels, and long term, we're not talking here about long term. That would be much higher anyway, in my opinion. Of course, I can't guarantee you that this project will be here in 5 years' time, But my personal opinion is it's a really good project. They do a lot, you know, they're very engaged. And as I said, the Metapolis has a potential because they want to standardize the whole metaverse. Yeah, they want to create a standard, which I think is very ambitious, very good. But of course, there will be many metaverses, so there's no guarantee that they are going to make it. Therefore, it's a bit more of a risky one. However, I want to have a foot in the door here. And as soon as so either my first position, I'm going to open either at around 14 cents, or if I see the price turn around before, then I'll probably do that fairly quickly. But yeah, this is where I am here with ZILLIQA. Generally, you can see the daily chart here, the MACD is turning around already. So, I mean, we think we're not done with that correction yet, because we're only now just starting to correct it down. Stochastic RSI on the daily coming down. The daily RSI is still in the overbought territory. So I think this has to correct down a little bit, yeah. On the 2-day chart, you now see it as well. We were overbought on the 2-day chart, and we were even overbought on the 4-day chart. So all of this is now correcting down, which is important, yeah. Even on the weekly, we were nearly overbought. So yeah, I want to wait a little bit more. And if I start buying at 14 cents, this will only be a smaller position, because actually I expect a even stronger retracement, yeah. I mean, look at this, looks very similar. This long wick looks very similar to that wave top back in 2018. Not suggesting that it's done with its price action at all, because I do expect more upside, but it could be for now, and then we'll keep going at a later point, yeah. So yeah, and if we take a look at the shorter term price developments here, what ZILLIQA is doing, you can also see here this sort of more bearish price pattern. So you can draw an ascending trend line, and this was just broken, and therefore also I suggest we are going to see here further price action to the downside. This was as well an ascending broadening wedge, so typically a bearish reversal pattern. This is currently playing out. What could happen that we're going to get a retest here a little bit higher, maybe around 15.7, 16 cents, and then come down further. But yeah, typically you would suggest here now that we come down further, especially as we broke that ascending trend line. Good, that is my view about ZILLIQA, pretty much as expected, correcting down after the 2nd of April, buying the rumors, selling the news. That's what's going on here, a lot of profit taking. And if you've bought the top or whatever, and you now don't know what to do, I mean, I can't tell you that, but there are a few options that you have. Either if you're a trader, short-term trader, you of course will probably know what you do. You can cut some losses, or you just become a holder. Yeah, you become a longer term holder or a swing trader or whatever. But of course, you know, you bought high, so the options that you have is buy back lower or buy more lower to lower your average price. That would be an opportunity, or even cut your losses. So all of that are possibilities. But if you're a trader, you probably set a stop loss. If you're a longer term holder, I'm pretty sure the price is going to go higher. Of course, there is no guarantee, but at some point it's going to turn around. But pretty much it's now happening what I expected here in the last video already, that we are going to see that retracement, because we were so massively overbought. And just for anybody who's watching this channel, you can see there was always another entry. There would always be another entry. You know, if you think you've missed the boat, and we were at 20, we were at 23 cents. I know people FOMO'd, but there is always another entry. Yeah, another entry opportunity. And if there isn't, then don't worry, then you go to another crypto, because you don't want to enter a crypto that is already overbought. That's just my opinion. All right, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.